Hey guys, it's Alex here, and I'm going to be releasing some coding videos starting out with HTML. So if you look at this page I have open, you see what the internet originally looked like. It's boring, screen, hard to look at. It's also hard to navigate. And it is what the web would look like if it weren't for hypertext markup language or HTML. So HTML is currently the language of the web, and it is in its 5th version. Most web pages you see are made up of multiple things, but for now we'll just focus on HTML. If you want to know more about it, the history of it is waiting for you on Wikipedia. So in order to get started with HTML, you just need a text editor. And if you're on Mac or Linux, you could just skip ahead. This is mostly just basic setup for people using Windows. I assume most people watching this will be on Windows. So just Google Notepad++, click download. And if you're on your own computer, hit download the installer. But if you're not on your own computer, like say you're on a school computer, download this second one which says zip package. So the installer is just a standard Windows installer. Next, I agree, next. And you could go through all of it to see what it's doing, but it's not required. And then there's the zip version, which is also called the portable version. So open it, go into the zip, click anything, and hit extract all. Once it's done extracting, double click Notepad++. If you're going to use it frequently, don't always ask before opening this file, and click run. You'll lack a lot of the features that installing it has, but you'll still way better than just Notepad. Oh, another thing you want to do is you want to go into your control panel and go to appearance and personalization, folder options, view tab, and hide extensions for known file types. Click apply, okay. And then what that does is it lets you change the extensions of files, so you can specify whether they're a text file or HTML. And you're also going to want to make a folder to organize all of your things in. So just call it HTML for now. And if you want to name it something else, it doesn't matter. And then you're going to want to create a new text document. Where it says .txt, change that to .html. And for the name, I'm going to put index, but you can put whatever you want. And if I were on the portable version, I would drag this in there, but since I have it installed, I can just edit with Notepad++. So the way HTML is structured is you start out with opening and closing tags, and this is true to any markup language. The opening tag for all HTML documents is just HTML, and the closing tag for all HTML documents is /HTML. So always close your tags. Sometimes you can get around it, most of the time you can, and it's always the best practice just to always close your tags. Inside of the HTML document is the head and the body. For now, we'll just focus on the body. Oh, and inside, right before you type HTML, one of the better practices is putting, I think it's doc type HTML. Yeah, what that does is that it just tells the browser that it's an HTML document. Once again, this is better practice. So inside of the body, you put all of the content for your website. One of the ways to organize your bodies of text is the paragraph tag, which is just a P, and remember to always close your tags. Hello world. Then just double tap the document and it will open up in your browser. And then hello world. Okay, inside of a paragraph, you can use things like bold, italicize, and underline. So for the italicize, it is EM. And once again, remember to always close your tags. Closing your tags is very important. For the bold, you can use two tags. The easier tag is the just simple B tag, and then the other one is the strong tag. Most people prefer B just because it's shorter, but both of them work. And finally, for underlining, it is the U tag. And if I were to refresh it, it's the hello world, I'm learning HTML. What paragraphs do is they provides a way to organize your content better. It separates them, and it will add a new line between them. If you look here, you can see they're separated in my code, they're separated on the page with the new line and everything. And that's paragraphs. If one tag that's often paired with paragraphs is the header tag, which is just H followed by a number 1 through 6, H1 being the biggest and H6 being the smallest. And once again, remember, always close your tags. Things that you could use it for is headings of pages and making things bigger even within paragraphs. Or smaller, since H6 is smaller than the default size. So like, I'm big, I'm small. If I were to change this to H3, it would be in between. See? And once again, H1 is the biggest, 6 is the smallest, and then always close. Another thing specific to markup languages is attributes. And what attributes are is they are just specifying another, I guess, trait that the tag will have. So that might sound confusing, but it's not. One of the most common attributes, well, one of the most common tags with an attribute is the anchor tag, which is essentially a link to another place. And what the href is saying the page that you are referencing. And we're going to reference google.com. So I just type Google and it would take me to google.com. And you can use it for external websites, and you could also use it for internal websites. If you want to go back into your HTML folder, create a new text document, hello.txt, and then hello. Then you could go in here, change that to hello, and that to hello.txt. There are other uses for the anchor tag besides just links, but we'll get into that later. Another common tag with an attribute is the image tag. So the attribute that you're always going to want to have is the src, which just means source, which is once again a file path to an image. And with paths, we'll go over this probably in a later tutorial, but it's just telling the computer where the file you're trying to get is located. It's better practice to do /hello.txt because it's saying in this directory. Oh, we need an image, and same thing with the source. So if I think I have an image. Yeah. Then I were to put that back into there. Set the source as example.jpg. And save it, and it would give you a big image. Oh, and one more thing about the image tag is that it doesn't close normally. Since there's no content inside of it, you can just close it in line in the same one. And this image is very big because it's HD. Another handy attribute that you could assign to image is the width. And let's just say 500 pixels. And this number is in pixels, and it would automatically resize everything to the width and the height to 500 width. You could also set the height attribute, but that's not as favorable. And yeah, that's the image tag. Another tag that doesn't close normally is the line break tag, which just makes a new line. Put hello and the image on different lines. Another is the horizontal line tag, and what this does is it creates a horizontal line across your page. What else? Oh, so if you've done anything with programming, you'll know that computers are dumb. So one thing about computers is that they don't care about spacing, they don't care about formatting. I could go like that, still go like that, and then if I were to refresh the page, well, I guess I put a space in between them. But yeah, we'll put a space between them, but not the new lines. But if I were to, so spacing and formatting doesn't matter that much. So if you were to change this paragraph tag to a pre tag, which means pre-formatted text, then it would take into account all of your indents and things. There are multiple uses for this. I know it's commonly used in like poetry and stuff where you don't want to space every single line. And yeah, that's about it. That's oh, never mind. So that's the body. Well, there's more that can go into it, but there's also the head. And a lot of things go in the head, but for now, you're just going to be worrying about one thing, which is the title. And what the title is what is being displayed to whoever is going to your website right there. By default, it's just the file name, but we can change it to that. And then, well, since I moved all the content, it would just say hello. You could change it to anything that you wanted. Typically, it's the page name. Like if you're on the home page, it will just say home, perhaps a company logo. Another one or two things I want to add is double versus single quotes. So when you're specifying, say, a file path, is it better to use double or single quotes? Usually depends on the situation. In the future, we'll probably use single quotes more often, but you can use double quotes as well. For the videos, we'll probably just always use double quotes. And that is your basic intro to HTML. So give me some feedback, let me know how you thought it was, if it was terrible, if I went too fast, if I went too slow. And thanks for watching, guys. Good luck.